is going on?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What the Fuck Happened To video. My neighbor is watching me. That's so awkward. Wait there. As you will see in this video, looking like a very rich influencer or a celebrity takes a lot of time, a lot of work, and a heck of a lot of money to look as perfect as they do. Which isn't a bad thing, like do what you want, it's your own face. No one should ever tell you what to do with your own face. I stand by that motto. But please don't ever look in the mirror and compare what you see in the mirror to what you see on Instagram or in the magazines of these rich, famous celebrities and influencers, because unless you have the resources, the money in the bank account, and the epic plastic surgeons on speed dial that they have, it's just not comparable, is it? This is why celebrities and influencers have such intense glow-ups. Honestly, guys, this video is a doozy and there's a lot to unpack here. So grab yourself a cup of tea because this video is going to be longer than usual. But before we get into it, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Kenzie. This, my friends, is my much-loved 4-year-old Kenzie IPL handset. If you guys don't know what Kenzie is an at-home hair removal IPL device. If you guys are like me and you do have areas of body hair that you would prefer not to have, but like me, you hate shaving rash is no joke. You don't enjoy ripping your hairs out one by one via epilation. Pouring hot wax on yourself isn't really up your alley either. And you just want something painless and easy and fuss-free, then Kenzie, this little guy is what you need. Unlike shaving or waxing, Kenzie works by utilizing broad spectrum intense pulsed light to target the unwanted hair follicles and essentially destroy them. This means that your hair will first grow back slower and thinner, and then over time, it just kind of stops growing back at all. For me, with proper use, I use it on my bikini line. I first noticed that my hair was growing back sparser, and then I noticed full results at around 3 months of continued use. You'll see IPL as a treatment offered at most good beauty salons, and of course, you could book in to get your IPL done professionally. A lot of people do, but it's very expensive. You have to do multiple rounds, which means you have to keep going back to the salon to do your IPL for you. If you want your hair removed from like intimate areas, it's not very private having someone all up in your grill. So for me, it just made sense to invest in my own IPL hair removal handset that I can use from the privacy of my own home whenever I choose to. And for me, I make it like a little ritual. So I'll grab a cup of tea, I'll put on a podcast or YouTube, I do my IPL. Literally all you do is you plug your Kenzie handset device into the wall, you choose what strength suits you, and then all you do is you just flash the device wherever you have hair that you want to remove. It could not be easier, and no, it doesn't hurt. Kenzie is so confident that you'll love their product that they actually offer a 90-day money-back guarantee, which is pretty cool, and a 12-month warranty, so you can be sure that the device is going to work for you, or you can return it. So if you guys are like me and you're not a fan of scratchy shaving, epilation is like a slow, painful, tweezing death, you've once poured wax on yourself and not been able to get it off, yep. And you want to give IPL a go from the privacy and comfort of your own home, then Kenzie is offering you guys, my viewers, 20% off your own Kenzie handset device. I will put the discount code right here on the screen for you, and I'll also put it in the description box down below. So if you just click the link in the description box down below, it'll take you over to Kenzie's website and you can have a look through and see is it right for you. So just a few months ago, Miley Cyrus appeared on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show, and her fans, let's just say they were in shock. They were confused.
Miley, what happened?
Says one fan.
What's happening to Miley? I didn't even recognize her,
says another. And I can see why. This is what Miley used to look like back in 2006 when she burst onto our screens and into our hearts as Hannah Montana at the tender age of 13. And then when she began her career as a singer, she looked like this. And then during her Liam Hemsworth era, she looked like this. Very preened, very polished, very pretty. And now she looks like this. Still very pretty, but very different.
What happened?
So Miley Cyrus, real name Destiny Hope Cyrus, was born in 1992 to parents Tish and Billy Ray Cyrus, who was a celebrity in his own right. Do any of you guys remember the song?
Don't break my heart, my achy breaking heart.
Stop singing.
I loved that song when I was a kid. Yes, I am that old, okay? I was alive in the 90s. To me, young Miley looked a lot like her dad, Billy Ray, who incidentally actually starred with Miley as her dad in Hannah Montana. Isn't that a fun fact? Strangely enough though, within the space of about 10 years, which like, guys, in the course of your entire lifespan, 10 years really isn't that long. She's gone from looking naturally more like her father to being like a cloned copy of her mother. It's like she's morphing into her mum, and I find it so interesting interesting. What I think Miley has done that has totally changed her appearance, first of all, is the very obvious change in her eyelids. Miley used to have pretty prominent hooded eyes, and they were so beautiful. Hooded eyes, despite popular belief, are not a flaw. Nobody could ever look at a young Miley and say that her hooded eyes were ugly. Like, they just wouldn't. She was gorgeous. She still is, let's be clear. But she was gorgeous to begin with too. Looking at Miley's eyes before and Miley's eyes now, they are so different, which I can see why would lead to people speculating that she may have undergone hooded eyelid surgery. This is where a surgeon will basically go in and remove, like, they'll cut off the excess eyelid skin that you may have and then sew your eyelids back up together, and then because you have less skin, you don't have that overhang, therefore you no longer have hooded eyes, therefore your eyes are more open, kind of like what Renee Zellweger is rumored to have had done. But honestly, guys, I don't think that Miley has had hooded eyelid surgery. I think that as Miley has grown older, because she is 30 now, which isn't old, but it's older than like 13, I think that she's lost that puppy fat that she used to have in her face, and as such has lost some of the fat that is stored behind your eyelids, and that's what's made her eyes just like opened up so much more and made her eyelid such a different bloody shape. Also, if you look at her mother Tisha's eyes, Miley's eyes now look very similar. So I think it could definitely just be Miley's genes that have made her eyes look so drastically different. Now, a totally unnecessary procedure that I do think Miley has had done, and I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but what the heck is going on with buccal fat removal surgery? And this is just my opinion. Feel free to tell me your opinion in the comments down below. It is the daftest plastic surgery one can have unless it's needed, but I'm not sure why anybody would need to remove their buccal fat. I mean, maybe there is reasons why, but I don't think Miley needed to remove her buccal fat. And maybe she hasn't, but it certainly looks recently like she has. If you compare pictures like this of slightly older Miley from like 2 years ago to Miley right now, like these pictures were taken just a few months ago, where the heck is her buccal fat gone? Why is having natural fat under your cheekbones where fat is meant to be, hence why it's there, why has society and Hollywood suddenly decided that that is actually a flaw and it can be corrected if you undergo surgery? What the fuck? I just don't get it. And I look at these people who have allegedly undergone buccal fat removal and I'm like, you looked so lovely before. Like, I just don't get, like, why did you remove it? Like, why bother? And with Miley, she always had a lovely, full, like, cherubic, angelic face, and it suited her. We're not all supposed to look the same. We're not all meant to have these, like, chiseled, gaunt cheekbones of, like, the 90s Kate Moss, for example. And now, don't get me wrong, guys, Miley looks extremely beautiful in these recent pictures. Like, she does. I think we can all agree on that. But it just doesn't look like Miley. When I saw these pictures, I was like, I gotta double check my sources here because that's not Miley. That's clearly like a Photoshop mock-up of what someone imagines Miley to look like. But no, that is actually Miley Cyrus a couple of months ago. But one thing I don't think that Miley has had done is lip filler.
What? Oh, come on, man.
Now, I know a lot of people think that Miley has gone overboard on the lip filler. It's kind of the popular consensus, especially on YouTube, that Miley has had everything under the sun done to her face, including lip filler. I don't think she has had lip filler done. If you look at really old pictures of Miley, like literally from when she was a child, she always had full plump lips. And her lips pretty much look the same now. I don't think that she's had lip filler. I don't think she's gone overboard. If she's had any, I think it's only a tiny, tiny amount. Because honestly, I think her lips pretty much look the same. And I know they start them young in Hollywood. Like, there are tweens and even children that have had fillers and plastic surgery done, but I don't think Miley is one of them. However, in saying that, one thing I do think Miley had done at a pretty young age is a nose job. I mean, your face will obviously morph and change as you age and as you grow, but your bone structure and your nose rarely shrinks. Don't hold me to this, but I have read that your nose and ears continuously grow bigger your entire life. But Miley's nose is the exception to the rule and has shrunk, which leads me to think that Miley has actually undergone a nose job at a pretty young age. She wouldn't be the only one. Bella Hadid actually underwent a nose job, which she is now admitted to at the age of 14. Dove Cameron apparently had it done. It wouldn't surprise me if Miley, who was also a child star, it wouldn't surprise me if she also underwent a nose job because her original nose was quite bulbous. And I don't say that like it's a bad thing. I had someone pull me up on my video that I put live this morning actually. They were like, so you call Ariana Grande's nose bulbous and then say it was a beautiful nose. Having a bulbous nose is not a bad thing. There is nothing inherently bad about having a bulbous nose. Like, what? This is why so many people feel the need to get surgery on their face to change their bone structure and their cartilage because people have told them that their nose shape is a flaw. Having a bulbous nose, there's nothing wrong with it. Miley's original nose was so cute. I've actually done a video all about noses. I'll put it up here because I feel very passionately about noses and the different nose shapes. Anyway, I think Miley had a nose job, and I think that they made her nose too thin. I think having a slightly thicker bridge actually suited Miley's face because I feel like it balanced out her large features. Like, she's got really big eyes, she's got a huge, beautiful, sunny smile, and I think having a slightly wider bridge it suited her. If you look at adult pictures of Miley, instead of her nose growing bigger, her nose is like shrunken. And the thing is, when you change one aspect of your face, it kind of throws off other aspects of your face. With Miley, I think her potential nose job has led to other aspects of her facial structure looking really different, such as her philtrum. Your philtrum is that little area between your nose and your top lip, like your moustache area. That's called your philtrum. Miley's philtrum seems to be growing longer. It used to be quite short, and now, as you can see, there's quite a large space there. When your philtrum changes, it can change the whole look of your face. Another thing, however, apart from a nose job that can change the size and shape of your philtrum is fiddling with your top lip. And I think Miley has been doing a bit of fiddling. If you look at younger pictures of Miley, you'll see that her top lip would raise fairly high when she smiled, revealing a lot of gum above her top teeth. This is colloquially called a gummy smile. And just like having a bulbous nose, people seem to think that having a gummy smile is a flaw. But I love a gummy smile. You cannot look at Miley's original smile and tell me that there's any flaw there to be seen. Her original smile is just so happy, so infectious. I want to smile when I look at her. But it seems as though Miley, or some people in her camp, weren't a huge fan of her gummy smile and wanted her to get it changed. Because when you look at her smile now compared to her smile when she was a kid, it's pretty different. I'd hazard a guess that she potentially had Botox in her philtrum. So if you get Botox in your philtrum, in your moustache area, above your top lip, it will relax the muscles there. So when you smile, instead of your top lip flipping up and revealing loads of your top gums, like Miley's smile used to do, you have relaxed the muscle there, and so your top lip essentially can't move. However, what is interesting to note with Miley, if you go through pictures of her like throughout the years, you can kind of see when this potential Botox in the philtrum wears off, because like in some pictures you can't hardly see any gum at all, and then in other pictures, voila, her gums are back and her lip is sitting higher. Another thing I think Miley might have had done, because her teeth look so different from when she was younger to now, I think she had a gum lift, which is as horrendous as it sounds. I made the mistake of Googling and watching a video of a gum lift being done. I'll put it on the screen here for you guys. It's actually not that bad, but basically a dentist will go in with a laser and laser away the gum above your teeth to make your teeth look like taller and longer and your gums recede. So that is all, folks. That is what the fuck I think has happened to Miley Cyrus. We cannot ignore the fact that Miley Cyrus is extremely talented and beautiful, but just like most other celebrities and extremely rich influencers, there has been a lot of work and a lot of potential tweakments that has changed the way Miley's face looks. And this is why I make these videos, because I don't want any young girls, especially, comparing themselves to these people, because unless you have their resources and their money, we're not all gonna have glow ups like them. Let me know in the comments who you want me to do the next What the Fuck Happened To video on, and I will pop it on my little list that I have in my notes app. I love your guts, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.